Hey, Mrs. Wood, do you have a second?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay. Well, I just wanted to take a second to talk about the observation I did of your class the other day.
Yeah.
Do you have a minute? I don't want to rush you too much if you've got stuff going on.
No, I can wait.
Okay. Perfect. Well, I really enjoyed watching your class. You have a really fun environment in there.
Well, thanks.
Can you tell me a little bit about how that lesson was planned out?
Well, yeah, it actually goes over more than one day, and the kids come in, and there's different steps that they work through, in order to get to the goal of dissecting the eyeball.
Yeah, right. And I saw some kids dissecting the eyeball.
Yeah.
So
what they have lots of steps, and so the first one is they watch a video, an exploratorium. Secondly, they match up the eye part and the definition, the function of it. Next, they match up the part with the placement where it is anatomically in the eyeball. Then they're going to test out. When they test out and they do it successfully, they get their little license to dissect, and then they can go and dissect.
So how did you come up with all that? That sounds kind of fun.
Oh, I just kind of like this artsy-fartsy, moving around, jumping and shaking type thing.
Yeah, fun. Well, how do you give instructions so that everybody knows what they're doing?
Well, that first day when I introduced the project, I had a picture of the Exploratorium website up, and it was the eyeball just gooing out and everything. And then I told the story about my brother when he got injured with his eye, kind of to catch their attention. And then I just talked them through, kind of like what I did with you. Each of the parts I showed them the worksheets and the different activities. I modeled it. I showed them the eyeballs in a bag. In fact, I threw it at them, and they were, ah! And that was my favorite part. The boys seem to have more trouble dissecting than the girls. The girls typically just get right involved with it, and they just start cutting away, and
that's crazy.
And they enjoy it. The boys more like, ooh, I don't want to get my fingers dirty.
Really?
Yeah,
I would have thought. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know if I would be jumping right in. No. Okay, so what I heard was on day one, that's when instructions are given.
Yep.
And so they hear about a little introduction to the activity, and then they hear instructions for all 4 parts. And then there's some humor thrown in there.
Literally.
Yeah. So to me, it's sounding like a little bit language heavy. Do you know what I mean by that?
No.
Okay. Well, there are some students in your classroom that I see because they have receptive language deficits where they have trouble picking up information through the verbal.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Who? Huh.
Like Sam in there and Jessica.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sam doesn't move at a very fast pace a lot of days.
Yeah.
When we're working on stuff, independent work. He seems like a kind of phlegmatic kid. He just kind of is laid back and wants to observe and see what other people are doing, and eventually he might get the fire under his belly to get started.
Interesting that you say that, because I've noticed with Sam, even working one-on-one with him when I do, he kind of needs that direction to keep moving forward in the activity.
True.
And then when I see him in a classroom setting, like you just said, he looks around a lot to see what everybody else is doing, and I think what he's doing is trying to catch on to what the activity is.
Okay.
Because maybe he's not getting it through the verbal, through his ears, so with his eyes he can see what people are doing.
Okay.
So, have you noticed any other issues like that where kids maybe aren't moving as quickly through the tasks?
Well, yeah, and the whole point of this is that they move. Hopefully they're excited to get that license to dissect so that they can dissect, but some of them I just feel like they're wanting to see if everyone else gets done and I don't get past step 1, maybe I won't have to do it. Maybe they're just scared to dissect.
I don't know. Maybe that's one demotivator. They don't really want to dissect, but I don't know. I would think most of them would like it.
Right.
Whether they admit it or not.
True. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I was wondering if maybe we could brainstorm some ways that could make the activity a little more structured, but still keep the atmosphere really laid back and exploratory. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I'm always open to feedback because I want to do what's best for the kids.
Yeah.
It's just, I really feel it's important that the kids get a chance to move at their own pace like this so that, well, they have to because I can't be standing next to Sam if I'm watching the kids with the sharp tools dissecting.
Right.
And so I kind of need them to be able to go at their own pace. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. So you have different needs that you're telling me about. You need to be watching the kids who are dissecting.
Right, those are sharp tools.
Right. You need to be supervising that and making sure that they're learning what they need to learn in that point, and not just cutting things apart.
Yep.
You need to have kids able to move from activity to activity independently. So those are your two big needs.
Right.
Okay. So I think if we brainstorm some ideas that could move the kids through more independently, especially kids like Sam and Jessica who have more difficulties hearing the instructions, then maybe we could accomplish both of those goals.
Okay.
Okay, so do you mind if I write on your whiteboard?
No, that's good. I was just going to suggest that.
Oh, okay. Perfect. On the same page then.
Huh.
Okay. So the issue we're trying to solve is moving kids more independently through the activity.
Right.
Okay. Because I really do love this activity. They look like they're having so much fun.
Yep. You know, sometimes I get feedback because the administrator doesn't feel like I have control of the kids in the classroom.
Oh, really? What kind of feedback do you get?
Oh, just that it's not a very structured environment, but it really is.
Well, you're definitely, I think you have control. I can see, you're observing your whole classroom and you know what's going on. Mm-hmm. But from somebody like me coming in from the outside, I see Sam working on task A and Joe working on task B, and everybody's in a different place. So.
And we were talking about what would move them through. How about could I have a chart at the front of the room, and as they worked through, then they could see where their progress was?
Oh, I like that. So you'd have this task chart.
Yes.
So everybody can see where everybody's at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, are they working in stations?
No, they're just sitting at their desk because they know where they sit, and it's just uniform. It's not it. I mean, yes, no.
So no. One thing, maybe if they were in stations, that would just help them see, okay, here's where I am, there's where I need to go next.
Sure.
Even having, tape on the floor, masking tape arrows or something like that.
Sure.
So that's an idea.
Okay. Yeah, that would work.
They definitely have their license, which I like. That gives a little structure to, you have to get all these tasks done before you get that. So what if you combined the task chart with the license, and you start with the license, but you have to get like the 3 stickers or something on the license?
Like your driver's test. You gotta take the written test before you can,
Yeah.
But they get the book to study, so they have maybe I need to put everything together in a book.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
License is SC. I don't even know. And then, okay. Alrighty. Anything else off the top of your head? I think we have a good list. So what do you think, are any of these jumping out at you right away?
Well, it's high school, so they may not like stickers.
Okay.
But if I put it all together in a book, they kind of have a guided plan. And inside the book, I can put the task chart. Like in the front cover, like a table of contents.
I like that. So you could kind of combine these. So are you not liking stations? Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, I like to do a lot of it independently.